Hey legends, and a big warm welcome back to the Wealth Yuki channel. Seb Williams here with you today, and in this video we're going to be talking about traffic, the two types of traffic that you can use to generate more leads and more sales in your online business. Let's dive into it. So when people have gone through the process of, say, building their ClickFunnels, building their e-commerce store on Shopify, or maybe if they're old school and they're building their website, whatever the case might be, when they've built their system that is going to generate them leads and is going to generate them sales, the question that we always find people asking is, how do I generate more traffic, or how do I create more traffic? And it really is the key, this one thing, traffic, to actually generating the results that you want in your business. Because if you think about it, if you have the best offer in the world, if you have the best thing that somebody can buy that will solve the problem that they have right now, always remember that, solving the problem that they have. If you have the best thing in the world for that, say even the best thing since sliced bread, but nobody knows about it, you have zero traffic, you have zero eyeballs on your offer, you have zero visibility. If nobody knows about it, then it's not going to help them, and you're not going to make any sales. So having traffic, having the visibility is really one of the most crucial components in the world. And there are two types of traffic, which we'll talk about in a moment. But before we dive into the two types of traffic, there's something that I really want you to understand, and that is how traffic works. Because a lot of people use the language when they're talking about traffic of, oh, traffic is something I need to maybe to create, or traffic is something that I can generate. They'll use these type of words. Whereas if you think about it, really like take a moment, the traffic already exists, especially if you've done the work, done the research of thinking, well, who am I serving? What problem am I solving? You know that type of person already exists, and these kind of words kind of imply that they don't. What you want to be thinking about your traffic is that you are driving it. How do I drive the traffic? How do I divert it from where it is now to where I want it to be, which is on my website, on my funnel, on my store? So if you can switch your mindset from trying to create something that isn't there to steering something that already does exist, but you're just making sure that in the sat-nav, their end destination is your product or service, it will shift the way that you think about it. Because for me, this says that there's a lack. And a lack mentality won't get you very far. Whereas this says that there's an abundance, that it already exists, and that will get you where you want to be. So it's a subtle difference, but it does have huge implications on the results that you get. So that's the first thing. Focus on driving your traffic, not trying to come from that lack mindset. Now from there, the thing that people ask us is, well, how do I drive the traffic? What methods are there? And there are two key ways to do it. The first one is organic. So this is free methods, okay? The second way is through paid marketing. So Facebook ads, Instagram ads, YouTube ads, Google ads, all that kind of stuff. So there's paid and there's organic. Now with organic, you're typically swapping your time, okay? You're typically swapping your time to get the traffic. Whereas with paid marketing, you'll be swapping your money. Now, when we bring students into our programs or we consult with anybody, we always find that people have more of one of these two things when they get started. They're richer in one of these two areas. They're either time rich or they're money rich. Some people kind of fall in the middle and it's a bit difficult, but typically it will lean more one way or the other. Now, for example, when I started, in all honesty, you guys may know, I was actually £50,000 in debt. So I didn't have the money. I definitely didn't have the money. But what I did have was an abundance of time. And when I learned this process, it shifted my mindset again from a place of lack and scarcity of, oh, I don't have the money, I can't drive traffic, to actually, I have an abundance of time. There's a lot of organic traffic out there that I can go and drive, that I can steer to my product, to my service. So that was a huge game changer for me in perspective of how I can still get a lot of traffic, a lot of eyeballs, a lot of visibility on my offer so that it might convert. Now, regardless of where you are starting from, something that we always recommend to people is that they lean into organic to start with. And I know you might be thinking, huh, Seb, you just said, well, which one you have kind of determines which one you start with. That's true to an extent. But if you think about it, if you're going to put your money into an advertising platform, you want to know that you're going to get a return, right? We call this return on ad spend, ROAS. And this is a very, very cool number that you can find in any ads dashboard. But your ROAS is a really important number. It stands for return on ad spend, return on investment, in other words. You want to make sure that you are getting money out when you put money into something, right? So the way that you can, not guarantee, because there are very few guarantees in life, but the way that you can ensure that at least what you're selling converts, that people actually want it, that the people that you've identified that you're driving traffic from, that they want it, that it converts, that it sells, if you can get that assurance in advance, then obviously when you put your money in, you're going to do it with more confidence, with more posture, and that will actually, again, dictate the result that you see. The biggest thing that we see between people who succeed with paid marketing and those that don't, is actually their belief in their products, in their service, in their marketing. And if you think about it, if you can already be confident going into it because you've sold it a bunch of times organically, that is going to drastically increase your confidence when you go into paid marketing, and therefore drastically increasing your results. So how does that work? Well, we recommend actually going out there, doing all the different organic methods, which we've got tons of videos on this channel, and getting organic free traffic, eyeballs on your offer, making sure that it converts. Now, we always recommend people to lean into a fairly high ticket offer, especially when they're starting out, because this gives you more breathing room financially. It gives you more room to maneuver. Now, when I was learning this, I was told the same thing. So my offer, we always recommend above $1,000 if you can, but obviously you need to make sure that the value's there in what you're selling. I actually started at $1,200. And when I learned this process, okay, because I was broke, I'm going to go all in on organic traffic. In my first 10 days, just 10 little days, I closed somebody for $1,200. It's not millions of dollars. However, when you're £50,000 in debt, it's quite helpful to have some good money, over $1,000 coming in. So I was not only very, very happy, but I was ecstatic because I'd proven that what I had created, the problem I was solving, it needed solving, and people were happy to pay a good amount of money for that problem to be solved. Now, what's even more interesting than that is if you think about it, in 10 days, I was able to generate one sale, $1,200. Now, say there's 30 days in a month, so every 10 days I could close somebody, that's 3 clients a month. That's $3,600 in a single month. That's a game-changing amount of income for a lot of people. Not only that, that gives you a very good foothold to start investing in your paid marketing. So we always recommend try and lean into this wherever possible, and then you use the money that you're making to come down and to reinvest into your paid marketing. Now at this point, the same question always comes up. Seb, how much money do I actually need then to start on my paid marketing? Well, if you've got all the money in the world, then obviously it's a different story. But the bare minimum that everybody realistically could afford if they really wanted to would be $5 a day. Just $5 a day, $150 a month, thereabouts. That's like a Starbucks, right? Just swap out your morning coffee and maybe put that on Facebook ads instead. These are the kind of things that I was genuinely doing when I was getting started. I'd made some money, I was able to reinvest into ads, but from then on I was thinking, how can I look at my cash flow? How can I decrease my expenditure? Not to a point where, I'm not happy with my lifestyle, but short-term loss for long-term gain. These are the kind of things you want to be thinking about if you're in a similar position to me where money was tight when you were getting started. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is your ROAS. And this is when you move into paid marketing, this is what you really want to be looking for, because you can get to a stage where when you know what your offering converts, if you can give, say, Facebook ads $1, and you know that what you're offering sells, and you make $2 back, you have a literal money printing machine right there. And whenever we explain this to people and they start to see it, and especially when they start to experience it, we always get the same kind of messages where they're like, this feels not only too easy, but it feels like it shouldn't be possible to be able to just put like $1 in and get at least $1 back. Like, where else do you get that? And what's amazing is we often massively exceed just a $1 to $2 ratio. We'll often get, say, $1 in, maybe anywhere between $6, $7, $8 back out, sometimes more, which is unheard of. Where can you get that kind of return? You're not going to get that at the bank, right? You're definitely not going to get that at Starbucks if you think about it. You put all that $5 out, you get a whole bunch of calories back. It tastes delicious, yeah, it's great, you get the caffeine kick, all of that good stuff. but you're not going to get $5 back from Starbucks. So why not take that money, think like an investor, think a little bit longer term, and put that money into something where you are going to generate a positive financial return on your money. It's an absolute game changer. Now from there, once you've started on your paid marketing journey, the thing that you want to be doing, and this is where people tend to maybe hesitate a little bit, but this is the thing that will take you between just making $1 or $2 back, you're kind of like 1xing your money, 2xing your money, to kind of going to say 5 figures a month, even 6 figures a month. What you want to be doing is the money that you're making, let's have an example. Say you're putting $1 in, just simple easy maths, and you're getting $3 back. So your difference is $2, right? Now you could maybe take $1 as profit so that you are making something, and you could take the other $1 and reinvest. Now this is really, really incredible. When it lands for you, it's incredible. Because say you're scaling and this becomes $10, $30, $20, $10, $10. You can just keep increasing your ad budget, because this here is your ad budget. It means that you do not have ad spend. You have uncapped ad spend, I should say, unlimited ad spend. Maybe like me, you started at the $5 a day and that was your own money that you were putting in. But now that you're generating a profit here, you can take money home so that you have living costs, but you can also reinvest the rest of it back into the ads, back into your paid marketing, meaning that you never run out of ad money, you never run out of ad budget, and it just keeps increasing. When you get to the point where this is 100, 300, 200, you're now taking $100 a day home and reinvesting $100 a day back into your ads. It's like this self-sustaining, evergreen, continually growing cycle of money, of ROAS. The money, you put the money in, it scales, it comes back out, you split it, you take some home, you put some back into your ads, into the front end, and the money keeps coming out of the back end. It's an incredible process, and that's why most people fall down at the final hurdle. So I hope that you found this valuable in different ways, that you can not only think about how you're finding your traffic, how you're driving your traffic that already exists, coming from definitely a place of abundance and reassurance, not a place of lack, but then also, which way do you go? Do you go organic? Do you go paid? Do you go both? Do you leverage the strategy that we laid out here, where you start organic, prove what you're doing is working, then double down on your paid marketing and continue to reinvest to really scale? And remember, not only your income, but your impact, because this will only work, and this is a caveat, we talk about this in every single video, this will only work if what you're doing actually helps people, if it actually solves a problem for them. If you can tick that box, all of this, paid or organic, it becomes so easy, because you're solving a problem for people at a price that they're happy to pay, because it's that a fair value exchange. This becomes so easy. You can scale this to the moon, and you can make a lot of money, maybe even quicker than you might think, and at the same time, perhaps most importantly, make a lot of impact, a lot of change in people's lives. So if you found this valuable, do leave a comment below. Let us know which way you're going to go, how you're going to go about this, what you want more help with. We can definitely make more content for you on the channel. And if you haven't already, then why aren't you subscribed? Go ahead and hit the big red subscribe button, and of course the little notification bell next to it, because that means that you're not going to miss out on any future videos that we do like this. And until next time, my friends, thank you so much for being here with me today, and see you in the next video.